Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Love Island All-Stars Season 3, Episode 36. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe, hit the bell, hype up the video, and leave a comment down below. So we pick up with that juicy question that we left on the cliffhanger, which is, Sammy, are you going to be honest about what Sophie said about Belle? And here goes Sammy making excuses.
You're my good friend and you're in tears. What Belle is doing to Lucinda is worse, and Belle's drama is not your drama. I'm not going to kick a girl when she's down.
If you're going to start a sentence but not finish the comma, don't bother at all.
I appreciate you not saying that in front of a group.
I told you what I told you, and I didn't what I didn't.
Sammy is going to go and say, oh, I just didn't want to kick Belle while she was down. What the hell was Belle going through when this was happening? What the hell was Belle going through? Because Sammy, unless they chopped and screwed the edit, but Sammy came out before Jessie said her thing, which caused Belle to be emotional. So Belle was fine. If anybody was down, it was Lucinda, who's just coming off the heels of Jessie barking at her the night before. Let's be honest, you were scared of Big Mama. You were scared of Big Mama. You did not want to catch any smoke if there was any smoke for her to give. Then Bella's going to be like, oh, thank you for not telling me that in front of everybody. But she never said it to you in private either, so please. And I'm with Lucinda. Why are you making it a point to say something about me while you didn't finish the whole statement and say something about Belle if it's all in tandem? If you're not going to say it, then just don't say anything. And that was an option. Some people came out and they said, yeah, you know, I've been told that I say too much, but we're just going to move on. And let it be that. Why did you see a point in making sure that Lucinda's name was said? And that Lucinda's behavior so long ago was unsavory to Sophie? And let's be clear as well, because, I have a lot to say when it comes to Sammy. Sophie wasn't even saying that it was hard to watch Lucinda be mean and disrespectful and all these kinds of things. She was saying it was hard to watch Sammy be hurt by what Lucinda was doing. So it wasn't necessarily that Lucinda was in the wrong for what she did, but it's the effect that it had on Sammy that was hard to watch. But categorically, Sophie did say Belle was wrong. Lucinda was right. But you didn't want to say that. Belle then says she has to disagree with what Sophie said, and that is a shock to absolutely no one. Belle and accountability do not live on the same continent, so even if she watches it back, will she think that she's in the wrong? Probably not. Next was Lucinda and Sean. They are asked if, they were asked who they would dump if they got the chance to dump as the strongest couple. And they said Tommy and Jessie because there are stronger couples in the villa than them, which I think is valid. Leanne is asked why she went back to Scott, and she said she was pushed to say no because of the circumstances around their relationship at the time. It's not that her feelings for Scott had ended. She also said that if this was on the outside, she would have cut him off. I don't know if it would have been a clean break, especially because she keeps saying things like, oh, I'm so obsessed with him. And like, she's just so frustrated that he can't act right. So I think there would have still been a little bit of something going on, but I do understand what she's saying. It is so much harder to cut somebody off for good when you wake up and they're right there. When you go to sleep, and they're right there. How the hell can you truly move on from somebody? So yeah, Scott had to hear it with his ears that if this was on the outside, you would have lost her for good. So act right, okay? Then Yeaman is asked if he is bothered by Whitney always getting into some stuff that doesn't involve her. He says, listen, I was attracted to her confidence from the beginning, so it doesn't shock me that she's very outspoken. I met her outspoken. We also know that this man knows Whitney, okay? He has seen her before coming on the show. He knew what he was signing up for. Then he says there are certain kinks that they do need to iron out, but this is something that they'll handle privately. But as of right now, he takes her as she is, which is good. Zach is asked why he feels like it was necessary for him to be tested. Essentially, he said it's just part of the game. It's just part of the show. And he does feel like it can strengthen your relationship. Yeah, it can, but there are other ways. There are. He says it also preps them for the adversity they might face on the outside. And I guess the only thing that I will give him is if your person doesn't have faith that you will be able to ward people off, if you are in a quote unquote idealistic situation and he does shut it down or he does act respectfully, then I guess you do have faith that maybe he will do the same on the outside. But outside is a different beast. I promise you, the villa doesn't make you exempt to this kind of stuff on the outside, because it's not just one person now trying to come for your man. It's potentially 50, potentially 50,000. And that is a hard thing to deal with. So I don't know. I feel like if your character is just about not entertaining that kind of thing, you don't need to be tested to prove that you're able to face adversity. But anyways, Belle is asked if she's with Harrison due to lack of options. Yes. Yes. She does, however, say, sorry, that was my answer. What she says is that Harrison has been with her in her darkest times in the villa. And he's brought out this like new side of her that she really appreciates, right? But did you notice how she did not answer the question? Are you with him due to lack of options? The answer is yes. Who else here wants you right now? Nobody. I know apparently Shaq has been saying that he will fight for Belle. I don't know. Honestly, y'all deserve each other. Y'all can have your little screaming matches on your own. Jesse and Tommy are asked about Helena's comment saying that Jesse is only with Tommy for screen time. They didn't like that.
Is it true?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think so. That's not true. I don't think that's for airtime.
Yeah, I think, oh God, I don't want this. Hearing that from someone that I considered a friend, that's a really bold statement to me.
Did you get the impression at all that she felt that way when she was in it?
The unfortunate thing is the villa hasn't seen what we have seen. They also have seen things that we haven't seen, obviously. But we've seen Jessie stop her father's introduction to say, I know y'all good. Tell me how I'm being perceived. Tell me how I'm being perceived. Mind you, Helena hasn't even seen that, and she could clock that Jesse's here for screen time. The fact that Jesse started an argument with Lucinda that wasn't even going anywhere and didn't have anything to start to begin with, because where the hell was Jesse coming or going from? I don't even know what that whole situation was about. But like, we can see that this girl is trying to be relevant on screen. And I don't know how life was after she was with Joey Essex, but I can only imagine going from that kind of attention to not as much, I would assume. I don't know. I never followed her anyways. There probably is a part of you that's like itching for that attention again. So I wouldn't be shocked if she came on thinking, what can I do to be visible again? Because I'm becoming obsolete. Doesn't shock me at all. As for choosing Tommy, I don't think that that was necessarily for screen time, but I do think that she was at a lack of options, similar to Belle. Like, we're at the final stretch of this, and it's Love Island All-Stars. They're not bringing in as many people, and the people who they do bring in tend to have a history that follows behind them, so you're less likely to make a lot of connections. So I do think it was just lack of options. I don't think that it was necessarily screen time. Tommy said if she wanted screen time, she would have went for maybe Zach, because that would cause some drama. That I do agree with. After Maya leaves, Jessie walks away in tears because she believes that all of the UK hates her.
Everyone literally hates me. Even Helena, who was in here as a friend. When have I ever proved anyone otherwise?
If you're crying over a comment, I'll be so rude, you're not built for this. But you're here because you want to find a genuine connection.
But Tommy doesn't believe me.
You've had a voice, you spoke your opinion, and that's what we are here to do.
Do your lip combo, wipe your eyes, and chin up.
Not Whitney saying, if Jessie can't take this, then she's not built for this. Whitney, this is not the time. Like, I know she's trying to lift her up. Like, girl, you're going to face hate regardless. And if anything, that means that you're doing something right. Because even Beyonce has haters. But no. No, I don't know. Maybe that worked for Jessie. That would not work for me. I'd be like, bitch, move. Please, leave me alone. It's not even a matter of the UK hating her. I mean, some people might. I don't know. I feel like the word hate gets thrown around so quick, so easily. It's weird. But I think it's a matter of people just not buying the performance that she's performing, or at least trying to. I don't see the attraction to Tommy. Tommy doesn't see the attraction to Tommy. He keeps saying, I don't know, I feel like there's something missing there. But, oh no, it's early days, and you know something's off. You know, he literally said, I know how I am when I'm fully sold on somebody, even from the beginning. And he's not acting how he typically would. So he's not feeling it from her, and he's not feeling it within himself. We see that. Other people in the villa see that. Who was it? Was it Sean asking Harrison, like, well, I mean, come on. Yeah. Jesse says that the comment from Helena is really bothering her. So she's able to work through the other stuff, like the public stuff. But the fact that a girl she was in the villa with also feels the same is bothering her. Sammy and Whitney tell her that that's something she's going to have to deal with on the outside, which is true. Helena's not here. So handle it when you see Helena. Some of the other couples are debriefing the questions. Lucinda says that she's annoyed with Sammy because she only told part of the story. I do agree. If you're going to say something, say it all or don't say it at all. Duh. Then we have Leanne, who is annoyed that everything is just about Scott, and she feels like she's becoming invisible.
Said, you're the main character in our couple.
I am.
Okay.
But it's been like that in this villa, Scott, you're not the only one. Who said I wouldn't be your girlfriend? I feel like it's giving, I'm on my fucking knees begging. We both have equal says in this situation. There's two people in this. I don't understand.
No, well, that's what I tried to say.
I understand where Leanne's coming from because it does seem like a lot of the relationship has been centered on Scott's reaction to things, Scott choosing her. But it's also because Scott is more vocal. It is. Like I said in the previous review, I think that it is easier for people to come to Leanne's defense because she has so many more things to say with other people than she does with Scott. And so this even reminds me of her time on her own season. She was so done with Mike, but instead of telling Mike, she would tell the other people. She would vent to, was it Sophie and somebody else? I don't remember. And she was like, oh, I have the ick, all these things. Sophie and Jess. Was Jess there? I don't know. But the point of the matter is, she often finds herself in a position where she cannot be vocal about her feelings or about her frustrations. Clearly, since some of y'all like to tussle when I say that, she doesn't advocate for herself clearly when she is with Scott. So I can see why she feels like she's invisible because, yeah, he is the more vocal one. He is more outspoken. What I will say though, now that Leanne has said this to Scott, he has to be deliberate to make sure that she is considered at all times. Before you act, consider Leanne. Before you speak to other people, consider Leanne. Before you jump into somebody's drama, consider Leanne. Ask her how she feels. Do consistent check-ins. Hey, how are you doing today? How can I show up for you today? What can I be doing better? What are we doing well? Then maybe she won't feel so insignificant in this relationship. As the evening is winding down, we see Belle crying in the makeup room, and then she also cries at the front door of the villa, like on the outside. We don't know why. Maybe something is finally sinking in for her. Yeah. We then see Jessie decide to sleep in the doghouse, and she too is crying before she goes to bed. In the morning, Belle says that she doesn't appreciate lies being told about her, and she thinks that Scott was being malicious with the comment about the DMs thing. Mind you, Leanne and Scott came up with that together. They decided to go rogue together. So if you're gonna be mad at him, you gotta be mad at her too. But also be mad at yourself because there would be nothing to say if you didn't say it. She also says that she's mad because Scott knows that comment was directed at him and had nothing to do with Leanne. But it does. Because you're implying that Leanne isn't a suitable enough partner for him. She doesn't stimulate him enough. She doesn't do whatever enough to the point where he would leave her and go back to you. Because you must think that you are good enough for him to go back to, meaning that Leanne isn't good enough for him to stay with. At least that's how I perceive it. Maybe I'm tripping, but that's how I would perceive it. Then we have Tommy, who says that sleeping on things did not clear his mind the way that he had hoped. So he does get emotional because he's just trying to process everything, and it's a lot for him right now. Scott and Leanne are irritated that everybody was directing questions at them, and Leanne says this does not help with the doubts that she's been having about Scott. Belle says that everything was humiliating the night before, and I'm thinking, I can understand why in that moment it feels humiliating, right? But there would be nothing to comment on if you guys weren't doing the stuff. If you weren't doing the things, we wouldn't point out the things. And it's honestly better that you're experiencing it in the villa because number one, you're prepared for what people are going to be talking about once you get on the outside. And number two, you actually have some time to process it before you're bombarded by all the comments and all the people telling you about your behavior and your family trying to correct you or trying to coddle you or all that kind of stuff. Like, at least you are still disconnected from the world. You can just take some downtime, process it, and then face it when it's time to actually face it. I personally would rather know the beast that I'm gonna face once I leave the villa instead of going completely blind. And I know they have a debrief before they are out of sequester. Like, once you're off the show, your handler will tell you, hey, this is what you're about to encounter. But even still, tell me while I'm on the show. Because then maybe I can also, redeem myself. That's what I would do. I don't care. If y'all ever see me on a TV show, I'm absolutely playing up to the cameras. Know that. So the girls get a text that they're going to be shopping for the date nights. And I'm glad that the girls finally get to do that because it's always the boys. And sometimes they don't pick good things. So the girls, it seems like they're a little bit more intentional about their choices. While the guys are in the villa, they are getting videos from home. And the first is Scott.
We love Leanne.
Yeah.
I seen it really, really soon on. And I think...
Oh, fuck, I'm going here.
It was a case... You both thought it was too good to be true.
Oh, Leanne is a strong woman.
I've never seen you like this before.
Lovely, you and Leanne together. Maybe show a bit more emotion. Just wish you communicated a little bit better.
I am so glad that Scott's sister was like, y'all are both self-sabotaging. We love Leanne. I actually talked to one of Leanne's closest friends. We support your relationship, but y'all are getting in your own way. Even Scott's mother sent in a voice note and she was like, I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you. Like, you've held your own. We love Leanne, but you need to be more vulnerable. And that made him cry. Good. Get more vulnerable. The thing is, like, people are so scared of things not working out, but you scare yourself out of something that could work out. Because yes, what if it doesn't work? But what if it does? Like, what if it does? You've kept yourself from something good because of the fear that it won't work. Scott's sister also says that it wasn't a surprise to see him get involved in so many things because that's just Scott, and we're not surprised. Anytime we see Scott, he has an opinion about something, child, so yeah. Next to hear from home is Tommy. He speaks to his mom and his brother.
How you doing, you alright?
What are you crying for, you donut? You've come across quality.
Really?
And I just want to say, you're coupling with Jessie. She's comes across as a lovely girl. Hopefully things can progress.
No, she's a lovely girl and we do get on, so...
She's fit as fuck and all.
Yeah, she is, yeah.
I'm so sick of people saying, oh, but Jessie is such a nice girl. Jessie is so sweet. Jessie seems so nice. Jessie seems so... What does that have to do with them being together? Who cares how nice you think Jessie is? Are they compatible? Yes or no? Not a single person is able to pinpoint whether or not they should be together. It's just, oh, but she's so nice. And how many nice people walk this earth? Should we be with them? No. So anyways, yeah, he feels like this is the conversation he needed to get out of his head regarding the whole Jessie thing. Even his family is like, don't think too much about it. If you are sold on your connection, then that's all that matters. He's not, though. And that's what matters. That's the problem. Then you have his brother being like, oh yeah, she's so cute, she's so fine. Hey, that would piss me off because, hey, well now I can't pursue this because you're going to be weird when I bring her around. This is weird now. I don't like that. I wouldn't like that. Then we have Kieran, who hears from his mom. She says that he's having a way better experience this time because he's able to be authentically himself.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. Yeah, I feel like I've been a lot more myself this time.
I think that you're literally a good match. She's matching your maturity. She's got a great sense of humour that you have as well.
Yeah, it just seems like it makes sense, and I'm really happy with the rate it's going at. I'm making sure like I get it right because I really like it.
Kieran last time was just so drained by Nicole. Sammy is better suited for him for sure. I think that his process this time has allowed him to be like more fun, more, just easygoing, not so stressed out, right? The mom also says that Sammy is a good match. You see how she can explicitly say, I do think you are well suited. I think she fits in the family this way. We're so excited to see her. We're excited to see where things go. I do think the compatibility is there. You see how they can actually say that? Nobody has said that about Tommy and Jessie. Not a single person. That's a problem. Last for the episode is Sean. He speaks to his sister and they both immediately burst into tears.
Yes, sis, you look beautiful.
Yeah, everyone is so proud. You've done so well.
Wills, I'm in love.
I can tell you're big
Wills.
stuffy. Honestly, the way you two are now is just so amazing.
Sean's sister wasn't in the least bit shaken by Sean being like, yeah, I'm in love with her. She's like, I believe you. I surely do. Listen, I do too. Whatever he perceives to be love, I think he's experiencing that with Lucinda. I do all the best, okay? Sean is aware that he does have to fix things with Tommy, and his sister's like, yeah, I mean, he's been a really good friend to you, and you have now snaked him twice. Yikes. Maybe Sean isn't the good friend. Maybe it's best for Tommy not to be friends with Sean again, because Sean hasn't proven himself to be a good friend. But anyways, he's aware that Tommy has been a good friend, so he's going to try to fix that. He also says that this time around, he has grown a lot, and he attributes a lot of that to Lucinda. Interesting. Very interesting. Anyways, they're going to show the rest of the calls in the next episode. They're also going to do date night, and there's going to be a dumping, it seems. If I'm to guess, I think that it will be Jesse and Tommy. Jesse and Tommy, if not Belle and Harrison. And I need it to be one of those where you got to go immediately. Like, I don't want to go to the fire pit, draw it out. No, you got the lowest votes, you're going home. We're at the end here. Let's wrap it up. Okay. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.